A&B Convo's Wrestling Edition is proud to celebrate its 10,000 subscribership on YouTube. A&B Convo's Wrestling Edition, the most boss on YouTube, the most dancingest on YouTube, and in fact, one of the funniest YouTube couples in all of YouTube. Right. And now they have a new set. And don't forget their old set with news. A&B Combos Wrestling Edition This Week in Wrestling with Jack Ganoff and Betsy Bedwetter. To the most premiere of interviews, of conversations with, to your live reactions and touching tributes. 10,000 subscribers, all thanks to you, and we say,
we're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy! We're scum! We're scum!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, A&B Convos Wrestling Edition.
And this is A&B Convo's Wrestling Edition.
Hitty, hitty! All hail your king and queen of YouTube, A&B Convos Wrestling Edition! My queen, we have before us all of thy royal subjects. Off with their head.
Subscribers. We're not off with the heads. No.
Off with their heads?
No. We need their heads on so they can watch us.
I thought this was 10,000 subjects that...
No, we will not be killing anybody today. I know what this accent is.
Hey, look, if Queen Zelina can do it, so can we. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you guys so very, very much. You are joining us for our 10,000 subscribership, baby! And it is all thanks to each and every one of you. So who do we have? Let us pay some homage, shall we?
Homage!
Let us pay homage to thine very first one who was up in here, King Swag, number one.
Welcome.
What's up, King Swag? We got Bolton, Sophie Dopey's up in the house, Ninja Senku, Nadia, you already know, Garnett.
Already know.
That's your full name, Nadia, you already know, Garnett. King Swag. What's up, Mary?
What's
up? Thank you so much. Sophie Dopey, Michael M.
Thank
Jody.
you. Woo!
You already know too. Joe D. Quantaven Moore. By the way, Quantaven, everybody, I love y'all's TikToks. We watch the TikToks.
Yeah, man.
Y'all TikToks are tight.
We appreciate you guys.
What's going on, Isaiah Pierce? Dankster 360. We got Jaden Winchester. Man, Jedi Knight. Let me tell you something, Jedi Knight. Your comments are great. We appreciate you very much and engaging with us. So thank you for that. Isabella. Oh, man. We got some members up in here. What's going on now? Michael M. Wow. We got some people.
Carmelina,
Mershisi.
Christian Thomas. What's up, Christian
Thomas?
Thomas?
I'm mispronouncing that. I apologize. Mac, a.k.a. OG1K.
OG.
What up, OG? And the G Money Slayer. Javon Gatewood. And right out the gate, Sophie Dopey coming in hard with that super chat. Pew, pew. We might do something new for the channel. I don't know yet. Let's take a look at here. Sophie Dopey says, do you think this year's Mania deserves 2 nights with a build to it this year? That is a very interesting question.
We are about to discuss WrestleMania. No predictions, but just the overall feel of the show and what's been going on. So we are going to get into that.
Yeah, we are going to get into that. So we're going to hold that for just a bit. Thank you very much, Sophie Dopey. I know you're not always able to, but when you do and you show love in the super chat way, it does mean a lot to us, and we thank you for that. We will get to that very, very shortly. Michael Tolbert, Jabari, I think you said Jabari. Roman Reigns in the house. Roman Reigns.
What's up, Roman?
Roman Reigns is in the house. Thank you, Sophie. We are trying. So we did this King and Queen outfit a couple different times. And I think the last time we did it.
At the 100 and at the 5,000, right? No, 100, 1,000.
Yeah. The 100, the 1,000, and now the 10,000. So obviously, we're having a little fun with this, but it
means the world to us. Y'all make us feel like royalty.
You don't understand. You don't understand. And let me just take a minute. When we started this YouTube journey, she and I, we have been together for a while, and just to open the curtain, just a little bit. We've been together for a while, and like in any relationship, there were some rough patches, and so we had just gotten out of a rough patch, and still, as you know, when you're getting out of a rough patch, things kind of still not quite there, but she wanted to start this journey. And I said, all right, look, we'll give it a shot. We're going to give it a shot, but I don't want to do what everybody else does. I don't want to do any pranks. I don't want to do, anything that's going to make us look bad. Let's just do skits and stuff. Like, that's my background, and you can write stuff and I can write stuff, and we can just do it. So we started A&B Combos, and A&B Combos was just comedy skits. And because of our love of wrestling, when we first met, that's one of the things that we were watching the very same night we were on the phone. I think it was Monday Night Raw.
I think so.
And so we decided to do that as well. So we made A&B Combos, skits, comedy skits, and pro wrestling reviews. Now, the audience isn't exactly the same for comedy skits and pro wrestling.
Right.
And also,
we didn't really know enough about YouTube to know how that works.
Yeah, we kind of didn't appreciate the audience, the brand split, if you will.
Yeah.
And then our first bit that we were doing was reviews. If you watch our very first episode, we shot that on a cell phone in our bedroom in front of our TV. And the quality is not what you would call the best. But then as you see the evolution of us, things have changed. So then at some point down the line, we decided to do the brand split.
About a year and a half ago,
we decided to do A&B Combos, leave that for just comedy skits, and then Wrestling Edition. And that's why it's called Wrestling Edition, because we wanted to make sure everybody knew that we were still the same channel, but we just have a separate one for wrestling. And it was slow at first.
It was.
I don't know where y'all are at. Where were y'all at in the beginning? But it was slow. We started doing reviews, and then I think one of the ones, it might have been AEW. I think it was a live reaction. I don't remember. I think we might have done it in the car. I know we did one in the car. It was like breaking news. Something just happened. And the live reaction ones seemed to get views that we were not expecting. And so I was kind of against doing live reactions at first. Like, nobody's going to want to watch us reacting to videos. Nobody cares about that. We got to get the hard-hitting news.
But B knows best.
And my queen always knows best. I put that on camera. But after camera, I know best. But on camera, no. So we did, in fact, focus on doing live reactions. And that was an evolution of itself.
Right.
Because we weren't used to doing live reactions. So we were still trying to figure out how best to do that. Do we have music? Do we don't? Do we talk? Do we don't? And there have been some people along the way, some YouTubers, a couple of YouTubers in particular, that have been very gracious to us. The very first one, and I don't know if he's in here today, he had changed his channel name a couple different times. It was Savage Reactions, and then I think it was Pro Wrestling Savage, and then he's back to Savage Reactions. Hugo, all the way across the pond in England. This man has been the OG that we didn't even know.
Yeah.
And he had us on his channel to talk about us a little bit, and we're going to see if we can have him on ours to talk WrestleMania predictions.
Right.
So we're waiting to hear back from him. The time zone difference is pretty big.
Over there in the UK.
But Savage Reaction showed us a lot of love, and we cannot thank him enough for that. And then, of course, Just Alex of Alex's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you and for like us. Now, Alex has been in this YouTube game for 10 plus years. He has
We're just babies.
3 times the subscribership that we do.
Right.
And by all rights, really had no reason to even bother with us. We're just a small fish in a pond. And he, as Rock would say, was a whale in a teardrop. But Alex, again, showed us love, asked us to react to some of his videos, which helped us, helped him, and that has been fantastic. Those are the 100 greatest oh crap moments. He calls them something different, but we're a little cleaner on this show. So just Alex, we want to thank you very much for extending your hand to us.
Yes.
And most importantly, and without a doubt, to everybody that's watching right now,
Every one of you.
to everybody that's in the chat, to all the members, and to members, you don't have to be members. The fact that you are and you join the channel is a monthly commitment. We are not blind to that. We are not ignorant to that.
We are so grateful.
Grateful. And you guys have helped us to get to over 10,000 subscribers in just over a year.
Yes. And lately, unfortunately, between my car accident and just the busyness of life, we haven't been able to post as many videos as we usually do. But we are doing our best right now. And our goal ultimately is to film for you guys full time. And we won't have anything getting in the way of going live more often, giving you guys the reactions that you guys request. So if you could just hang in there right now, we still both have to work full time and do this. And so, we got a lot going on, but we are still giving you guys as much, the best that we can.
We have a lot more planned. We have a lot more in store. We have a brand new studio space that, as you can see, a new set design that we were actually going to reveal for the 10,000 video because we knew we were going to go live. We knew it was coming, but we were able to get in here sooner, and we really just wanted to do something for you to see that we are trying to constantly bring you good content.
We also, as promised, have new merch.
We have new merch.
And that
will be in the description. I don't think it's in there yet, but it will be in the description.
We'll be adding it into the description. And our 10,000 merch is the King and Queen of YouTube. So if you want to check out our 10,000 King and Queen of YouTube merch that we now have available, then we will ask you to do that after. We'll remind you again at the end to check that out. We just set that live. And we see there's a lot of love up in here. Thank you. We deserve, you know what? We do deserve more than 10,000. Get to a minute. What's really going on? I'm just kidding. We stay humble. It's a family show, so we do joke. Everything we do because we entertain ourselves, and we want to entertain you guys. We want to make you guys laugh and just have a good time. There's way too much seriousness going on in the world. Yes. For 2 years, we were locked down. Right.
because of a pandemic. And it's still, COVID's still out there. Things have gotten better, but you guys are stuck with us.
Yeah.
You have rode with us
Yes, you
and
have.
seen us at our best, at our worst. And
Some
we
of
have
you
a lot
have been
more to
there
come.
since the beginning.
So we appreciate you. Jedi Knight acknowledges us. Let's go ahead and just acknowledge one time. Give us 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo!
So we appreciate that. Sophie, don't forget that super sticker.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, Sophie. Sophie Dopey.
So let's
Get
thank
a
you,
little
Nana
bit.
Shogun.
Let's talk a little wrestling since it's a wrestling channel.
Let's talk a little wrestling here.
Let's talk a little wrestling.
All right.
So we were asked about, the build up and the 2-night WrestleMania. Do we think there should be a 2-night WrestleMania? For what? Do y'all seen a lineup that needs 2 nights? I don't see a lineup that needs 2 nights. I mean, of course, everybody is excited about Brock and Roman, right? That goes without saying. That is what there is to see.
Oh, I thought it was Jackass. I thought they were.
Oh, yes.
I thought people were lining up to see Logan Paul and.
But Jackass, Logan Paul, and The Miz.
I can't even say with a straight face.
I can't. Finn Balor versus Damien Priest. Why are we excited to see that when we see it every week?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is there going to be something different that they're going to show us? Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, these are Raw matches. They're all Raw matches. I am not all excited about having 2 nights at WrestleMania with this whack lineup that they have. Am I excited to see the Beast and Brock? I mean, he better not touch the face. Brock, you better steer clear of
He's a wrestler, bro.
the face.
When you get inside that ring, it's all fair game.
He needs to put on that
From the Ruda to the Tuda.
He needs the Carmella mask to protect this.
All right, well, thank y'all for joining us. We really appreciate it. You can go ahead and talk to your woman. What in the world? Look, I've said this a couple different times, and I said it with her, so I'm going to say it one more again, right? And Sophie Dopey, I appreciate you asking this question. A pay-per-view is supposed to be something that you do not get. Wait, we got a super chat on here. Super chat, Sophie Dopey.
Sophie Dopey.
Thoughts on Mania both nights in movie theaters. Okay, let me get to that. I'm going to tie into that. A pay-per-view is supposed to be something that you pay for because you're going to see something that you're not going to get on a regular weekday. Okay, that's the bottom line. Old school WWE, you had your show during the week, and back in the day, they had a Saturday night main event. You were going to see something that you wouldn't necessarily see during the week. WrestleMania is called the grandest stage of them all for a reason. And if you go back to WrestleManias of old, and I'm not even saying necessarily like to WrestleMania 3 and 4 and 5, even WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania 11, my point is that you are pouring everything culminated for the entire year to WrestleMania. You had the biggest celebrities, you had the biggest matches, you had the biggest build-ups, and this was something that was a must-see, cannot miss event. There's no way, especially now coming out of the lockdown, we're back to full crowds. There's no way you're going to tell me that the biggest event is involving Logan Paul and Johnny Knoxville. Not to knock them as people. Logan Paul, maybe I'll knock him. He's got, I don't know. But this is not WrestleMania level.
No.
Must not miss event.
No, and I could see bringing Johnny Knoxville in I guess unless they're thinking that the Jackass crowd isn't already WWE fans, and so they're trying to bring his people, his followers in. But we're not going to lie and say that any of it's exciting. Brock and Roman is exciting. I think that the tag team match, the triple threat I guess it's going to be a triple
But
threat
the
with
ladies.
with the men,
Oh, no,
with
yeah.
Randy and Street Profits and Riddle. I think that's going to be good. I think the women's, I mean, I hope it's going to be good. Charlotte and Ronda, that's fine. I mean, it's not like they don't have any decent matches. I don't know if Bianca's even going to be at WrestleMania now.
Apparently, her throat's been crushed. I'm sure it could just be a whole storyline. I don't know. My point being,
We saw that. That didn't look like nobody's storyline. Everybody who watched that went, she's hurt. You can't do that. You can't whip somebody steel into steel on their neck. It wasn't a fake chair. It wasn't a fake pole. I mean.
Well, let's talk about this for a second. We watch AEW. We watch the cage. We have a live reaction to that. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Cage match.
Yes.
Thunder Rosa.
Yes.
Britt Baker.
Yes.
DMD. That match was fire.
Fire.
And that was on a Wednesday night. A Wednesday night. You had a cage match. You had thumbtacks. You had blood, sweat, and tears.
But that's the thing, is that lately AEW has been giving you pay-per-view like depth on just Wednesday nights. Like they bring it every week. And WWE.
And that's my whole point, is that you have a match like that on a Wednesday night, but yet you have Doudrop, Piper, Doudrop, and Bianca for the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th time in a row. And we're supposed to be excited about a match between her and Becky Lynch because there's a whole hair pull. I mean, it's cool, but I told you this last week. I want to see a little more edge. Like I'm seeing with Montez, he's looking like he might turn heel. He got a little edge on him right now. I want to see that edge from Bianca.
Well, you may after her throat heals.
I hope so. But right now, we're not feeling. And we're going to talk next week.
I can't imagine that she's going to be at WrestleMania.
We're not feeling it. We're not feeling it. Sophie Dopey got that super chat in here. Both nights of Mania this year feels like episodes of Raw and SmackDown. Yeah. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. This is a pay-per-view. This is the grandest stage of them all. You have grand entrances. If you remember John Cena, he came out with all the Cenas lining up. You have Triple H coming out in an outfit that had actually Charlotte and Alexa and Sasha behind masks. You have these grand entrances. You were seeing something that you would not see again all year.
Yeah.
Put it all on the line. And I am not feeling that.
I mean, think about it. When we had Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, when Triple H was like, who's attacking my best friend? Who is it? Who is it? And it was him. You know what I mean? I mean, they really, and now think about the kind of people who are missing. Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt. You know what I mean? It's like you have, I mean, we were watching, I was going to say the Iconics, but they are not the Iconics anymore. Inspiration.
The inspiration.
The inspiration.
And I'm still fans.
Yeah, man, we are still fans. We're watching them and we're like, I can't believe WWE let you go. So it's just, you know, now they've let so many people go. And we're just getting the same matches after the same matches after the same matches. And I just feel like they're really going to mess up their chance to, even with this little roster, I don't feel like they're still knowing what to do with Damien Priest, you know?
You know what? I'll tell you what. And Joel, let me answer your questions. I see you've asked it a few times. We have not seen Roman Reigns' WrestleMania workout yet, but we will check it out probably by the end of the night.
Heck yeah.
So we're not. Never mind. We're not watching that.
No, we're gonna.
I'll watch it by myself. You got a lot of nerve. You got a lot of nerve. But I think more importantly for WrestleMania right now, there's a lot of talk about Cody Rhodes.
Right.
Is he? Isn't he? Has he? Hasn't? There's reports that he has signed. Right. I said this. I will believe it when I see him in the middle of a WWE ring.
Absolutely, because we've been hearing rumors for the longest time. We always hear rumors about who's popping up where. Once in a while, they're true. But, pardon me. But I feel like they don't, what are they going to do with Seth? You know, if the rumors about Cody are true, that would be a way for Seth to come out and ruin that and interject that and start a fight, because I think a fight between Cody and Seth would be awesome. Because what else are they going to do with Seth? Is Seth really not going to be at WrestleMania?
I mean, a match between him and Cody that'd be fine. And I'm not mad at it. Look, if Cody wants to go back to WWE, the home in which the place that he called home for the longest time, so be it. You know, that's his business. I think it's weird. You know, something else is going on that you essentially are in a place at a company that you don't feel respected, and you leave. You help start an entirely new promotion with a guy that has money, and you're bringing over all these other WWE people just to leave because you can't work out some points and go back to WWE because why? Money?
I know people.
Is it all about the money?
I know people who have left their jobs because they felt like they couldn't get respect and went out there and made a name for themselves. And then when the job's like, okay, I see you. Can we talk? We want you back. They go back.
But it's not about just a job. You literally started a whole new company. This is a whole new company.
I understand that.
Promotion. You were like number 3.
But for all you know, the politics over there may have, become something else. We don't know what's really going on. Or Tony Khan could be totally working with Cody to get him inside WWE just to have a double agent. We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't have any idea.
WWE fired.
Right.
Jobber. I mean,
and I wouldn't,
whatever.
if I was Cody and I really was trying to come back to WWE, I would not trust it. Ooh, I would not trust it.
Wouldn't do it. Now, I will say this much. Somebody asked, did we get a new Edge theme? I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's a little out of left field for him to all of a sudden turn like this. Like, he's been doing fine. People were behind him. He teamed up with his wife.
Right.
But yeah, he done did this flip. But I dig it.
Well, it's interesting because he already had a face and a heel, and he had like 2 heel personas and a face persona at least, right? And then he just came with a whole new heel persona, which is cool. I mean, he's putting in the effort. He doesn't have to do that. He's Edge. So
did we see? Yeah, we did watch. We were going to react to a couple more on SmackDown, but like we said, her back's not been good. She's still rehabbing right now from that car accident, so she really cannot. It's hard on her. So doing this right here, it seems like it's no big deal. You're sitting, but it's actually quite uncomfortable. So we won't be saying too much longer, but we weren't able to. But we did just decide to relax, watch SmackDown. We did like the match, and I really hope that Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championships is going to be a good match.
Is it a Fatal 4?
It's
a Fatal 4-Way,
four
tag teams.
Because let's just be honest, it's not like Zelina and Carmella have done much of anything.
No.
And I go, hey, we understand. Just when we talk about this, we know there's writing and events.
Yeah. No, we're not saying they should have forced themselves in there. You could only do what you can do.
But the run, no, it has sucked. It has sucked to be perfectly honest.
And this new storyline with her and Corey just is desperate. It's desperate. We don't want to. I can't speak for everybody else. I don't want to think about the 2 of them like that. I don't. And their YouTube show starts out saying the most attractive couple in all of WWE. I beg to differ.
And here we go.
There are quite a few other couples who I think could take that.
Christian Thomas coming in there with that super
What's
chat.
up, Christian?
Thank you. It's good to see you up in here. And you say, so champion Bianca, opponent after WrestleMania will be Bayley. Ooh.
So you think that not only is she going to show up, but that she's going to win. I mean,
champion Ronda opponent will be Asuka, Shayna. And congratulations. Love y'all so much. Thank
you.
We love you back.
Man, gosh, I hope Asuka's back. I would love to see Asuka and Ronda go.
But I want to see a more vicious. We know Asuka can be, she can go there. I want to see that hard hitting. I'm coming for blood. I'm coming for championships.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to fool around. I'm not here to play around. Spit the green stuff out. COVID be damned. Just get back to business. I want to see that. And Bayley might be back. She is in fact.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Bayley. I wouldn't mind seeing Bayley and Asuka come out, both claiming that they need to, come back and get a run. But I just don't know if Belair is going to be there. I mean, if she can't be 100%.
This week will be very telling.
Right. We will know more.
But somebody's going to jump out.
Exactly.
Because Becky Lynch was over here talking about Bianca crushed her voice box. And yet she showed up with a, kind of sounding like this. You think this is going to, oi, 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 mates.
Right. But not enough that you had to be out of commission.
No. But she was, I think she said she was in the hospital. I don't know.
One of the comments somebody made was about the fact that it was kind of fair game because Belair had crushed her voice box. But when you rewatch the moment that happened, Belair turned around to take a swing and Becky stepped and she didn't intend to hit her in her throat. You're in there moving around, fighting, things happen. That was an accident. What Becky did was nobody's accident. And everyone who watched it that I know of was like, that was not right. Because you cannot take a steel chair around someone's throat and bang it into a steel chair with the ferocity that she did against the post. And as soon as you saw that, you were just like, that was not okay. That was more than a receipt. That
she's coming for blood. I hope this was the tide that needed to be turned for her to get that little dirt on her.
Oh, you think she's gonna turn heel?
I'm not saying full heel.
She's just gonna step up her aggression.
I want to see the sister go there. That's what I want to see. That's all I'm saying. Sophie Duffy says, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And we appreciate that, Sophie Duffy. What do we have here? The Women's Tag Team Champions didn't mean anything in the first place. Okay.
I know. That's unfortunate.
I need a second. I feel some type of way. Okay, we've mentioned this a couple different times. I'm going to keep it real brief. The women are supposed to be equal to the men. Okay, it's 2022. We already heard Stephanie McMahon say you're no longer divas, you're now superstars, just like the men. All right, either you are or you aren't. I say this to say, going back to AEW, there is a newly designed belt for the women. Okay, that ridiculous toy belt that they had, gone. This new belt that they have, the championship belt, toyed. All right, put some respect on that belt. When it comes to the women's tag team championships, I still feel some type of way because either you are equal or you are not to the men. So you have the women's tag team championships that at one point was supposed to be defended against all three brands. Somehow that is equal. Somehow that is fair. And then with Regal, he said, okay, we're going to have our own set, and the women have their own set of women's tag team championships on NXT.
Right.
But you still have one set of women's that's supposed to be defended on Raw or SmackDown. Mm-hmm. And yet the men have a Raw tag team championship. They have a SmackDown tag team championship. Right. So again, you're showing us that they are not in fact equal. You're showing us that you are still not as invested in the women's division as you should be. And that's where I have the problem. The women's division can be so much more than it is if you just invested in them.
I think that they feel like they did invest in them. They gave them their own pay-per-view, and that didn't work, and so we're over it. We tried that; it didn't work, and that was as much as they were willing to invest was one pay-per-view. And the amount of women they let go shows you that they are over caring about the women's roster outside of the main belt. I mean, not only that, but when you look at the women's matches on AEW, not just Britt Baker, DMD, and Thunder Rosa. But fight after fight, match after match on AEW, these women are bringing it. And Charlotte will bring it. Ronda has been looking better, but she isn't the best in the ring. You know what I mean? And, we have Becky has really stepped it up. Bianca, we have some star power for sure. Sasha will be glad when Bayley comes back. She's really stepped it up. But a lot of the other women are just, I really just don't even know why Almost Superhero is still there. What is she doing?
I would love to see managers come back. Remember when Paige was the manager for the Kabuki Warriors?
Oh, made such a difference.
Right? Now, these were fighting champions.
Yeah.
They weren't afraid of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm saying. It's little things that you could do to just tweak and adjust.
Well, yeah, AEW having Vicky Guerrero in there as a coach is great. How could you not have thought of that?
Little things, man, that they just don't do.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Going into WrestleMania, we should be excited for the fact that you have the women's tag team championships being defended.
Right.
But no, you have to make it a fatal 4-way in order for there to be any sort of excitement. That's
right.
terrible.
Right, which is damn near your whole roster.
That's terrible. And once again, you're combining people. Rhea Ripley apparently can't stand on her own. Liv Morgan can't stand on her own. Natalya can't stand on her own. Shayna can't stand on her own. It's insane.
Is it that they can't stand on their own, or AEW won't let them stand on their own? Oh, sorry. I'm going back and forth between shows. WWE.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, these were single competitors at one point.
Right. And now they're just throwing all these single competitors together because they fired all their tag teams.
Yeah. And it's I don't know, it's wild. What's up, Starling Sky? It's good to see you in there. I love that. Yeah, see, and that's a crazy thing. So Isaiah is saying like the women's tag team titles is feeling more like the 24/7 title. The 24/7 title is being defended more than any title in the brand.
Yeah.
And it's right now Dana Brooks the champion. And I'm more invested in that. And that's the crazy thing to say because we hated this championship. Hated it. It's the ugliest one on the roster. Let's just be honest. It just is. It's pea soup green. I want to throw them every time I see it. But it's insane that they just cannot invest in these ladies, and I think they should. Sophie Dopey got that super chat in there. All right, thank you. Here comes 0 for 6 at Mania for Sasha.
Oh gosh, please don't say that.
No, say that. I said it. If Taker had the longest reigning winning streak, Sasha will have the longest reigning losing streak.
I hope she wins.
And now, for that reason, I actually hope they don't win because I want that streak to continue.
No.
20 years.
Sasha and Naomi to have that WrestleMania moment together would be awesome.
The only reason I want them to win the belt is that they glow it out. I want glowing women's tag team championships.
Oh, be so tight.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
That would be so tight.
Thank you, M Poundcake 82, for those congratulations. We appreciate that. Oscar, yeah, we got to get Oscar back in here, man. I don't even know. Would y'all mind Bianca versus Beth?
No, I wouldn't. Obviously, Beth has showed us that she is still in shape and that she could still go. And if she wanted to, if they brought her out of retirement, I wouldn't want her to come back I just think that would actually be a really good match.
That'd
be a really good match, actually.
That'd be a fire match. But like I said, what I have not seen recently is that NXT Bianca. I want to see that EST. And they're booking her to look a little too for me. And I don't care for that.
The NXT black and gold. Not
black and gold.
The NXT 2.0.
Yeah, can we talk about that for a hot second? Because we said that at the beginning of one of our last reactions. NXT 2.0 has now become the 4th and 5th hour of Monday Night Raw. Are we wrong on this?
Yeah, the fact that they have to keep bringing Raw superstars over to NXT 2.0 shows you what a mistake they made when they did the brand, when they redid the brand. They should have just left it where it was and left it how it was.
It's weird.
And every move they have made is what has ruined it. They ruined it.
It was fine.
It was fine.
You made this turn to say this is what we need to make NXT successful, and it can stand on its own. Fresh new talent, brand new talent, a whole crop of people. Hey, can we get Dolph Ziggler on the line?
Okay. Right.
Is Miz available? Oh, yes, Mysterio's coming here. Listen,
Yes.
guys. So Tuesday night, this is what I need you to do. Get on there.
And was there anyone who doesn't agree that Dominic belongs at NXT? Because he sure was getting some love at NXT, and he was doing some moves and doing some things that we haven't seen before. And we were like, that's where you belong, man.
We have never seen him
I wouldn't mind them moving them down and having Ray as his coach, you know what I mean? And having him go in and shine in NXT and even maybe become a champion, because he really should not have skipped NXT, because they're really more jobbers on the main roster right now. And if they could come down to NXT and let him shine, they should do that.
Yeah, he really. When we watched that match, I was not expecting much of anything.
We were like, oh, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, so like, wait, go back, rewind that.
Yeah, we were like, we should have reacted to this, but we would have never thought of it.
He showed up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be doing our WrestleMania prediction show. I believe it's going to be this weekend. We're not sure if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday yet, but we are seeing if we can have Savage Reactions join us for our prediction show. So we will be talking all Mania predictions, because right now my prediction is the show's going to suck. Okay, so 2 nights.
Roland Bird, I agree. Becky Lynch stepped out of line when she did what she did.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Safe Emerald Armor? It's always good to see you in here.
Hey.
How are you? Thank you so much for that congratulatory 10K. Baby! We appreciate that.
No women's universal title. Oh, Isabella said there's.
Yeah, okay, well, look, Isabella, the Universal Championship, said championship, came into being because of the brand split. I was never in favor of the brand split to begin with, because that said to us that the only way you're going to be able to wrestle for titles on a pay-per-view, but one guy on one show can't go to the other. That's why they were able to have these hall passes for a little bit. It just was messy. It was stupid. So then you had the Universal Championship. And I remember looking at her going, what does that even mean?
Right.
What is a Universal Champion? Does that mean you're ahead of everything? Because still WWE Champion. It was weird.
Well, they have the North American title at NXT.
Well, but I'm saying you have the Raw Women's and the SmackDown Women's. It's not the Universal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now they're talking about brand split. We don't know what's going to happen with this match.
Yeah.
Somebody might win the title. Somebody might win by DQ. Somebody might not win at all.
I feel like the way that they're doing it, that's not. No predictions till next week.
Yeah, no predictions.
Predictions till next week.
The Universal Championship, just end the brand split already. That's how I feel about it. But she's not for but we'll talk about that later.
Well, with their roster as small as it is now, I guess maybe they need to. They got rid of so many people. It doesn't make sense to have a brand split. If they're not going to get more people on their roster and they're going to keep it this little small, then I guess the brand split would make sense.
Now, Steven asks, just like Cena called out Taker, do you think Rollins will call out Rhodes?
I would love it. That would make our night.
You have a little bit of time.
That would make our night.
You got a little bit of time to do it. All right? Mm-hmm. Make it happen, because you got to give us something to look forward to.
Yeah, and that
WrestleMania.
That would be.
That's all I'm saying. Did we see Roman running off? Did you see Roman running on? Oh, my crown. That didn't happen. Did you see Roman running on Friday? I think
Okay, first of all,
he did a power walk.
He was just getting some cardio in because he didn't get a chance to get to the gym that morning.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I power walk at work too. Not lately, but yeah.
Okay, so you do the power walk. So he just did a we saw Roman power walking in the arena. Yeah, the female roster has been wanting an evolution too. The first one failed. Yeah, look, WWE's been around for a really long time, and I have a real difficult time comprehending the fact that at this stage in the game, and I realize it all starts and ends with McMahon, but look back on your history, look back at what you were able to do, look back at the successes that you have had. You're doing something wrong.
Right.
And the main thing you're doing wrong is not looking in the mirror and accepting responsibility for your failures. Instead, it's everybody else's fault. Fire everybody else. It's not listening to the fans, like, because apparently we have no idea what we're talking about.
Right. So those of us who are still around, even though you're doing such a bad job, is really in spite of his leadership at this time. You know what I mean? And that is sad. But if they're about to, maybe they're about to end the brand split, which is why they got rid of so many people. But either way, you got rid of some of the most phenomenal people because of your pride and your ego. And you are now running the company, sir, like you are somebody with one foot out the door. Mm-hmm. And that's what it looks like to us.
Joey asks, is Roman or The Rock in weights and wrestling better? They're different. The Rock, I would have to say, more so than Roman has. The Rock doesn't go anywhere without his gym, like ever.
Right.
So he always has access to everything that he wants. Not even just needs, just wants. So in that respect, he's probably going to be a smidge up on Roman. But, what can you do? As
far as wrestling goes, Rock had his ups and downs, and Roman has had his ups and downs. But Roman has had an amazing run thus far. Amazing run.
Depends on what's going to happen on this.
And you have a manager and a crew, and the crew is your family. That's awesome.
We may see still next year a Rock and Roman situation.
I strongly believe that is going to happen.
So
I will be so sad if it doesn't.
We got a super chat in here with Ninja Senku.
Thank you, Ninja.
Congratulations. And women need IC US title. See? Come on now.
I mean, the women need a roster. They don't really have a roster.
But that's what I'm saying. Pour into, invest in. It starts with the training. Right? It goes back to just the training and seeing how you can change things so that when you get into this ring, we're not looking at dancing with the wrestlers. We're looking at somebody that is a must see.
Right.
That's all. And just in recent history, go back to the Attitude Era. Not even the reality, but the Attitude Era. You were fighting for your very existence. And I've said this so many different times. You didn't know if you were going to have a show the next week. WCW was kicking your butt in the ratings every week for over a year. You threw it all out there. You never knew what kind of show you were going to get from week to week. Right. And that's what made it exciting. But you knew that whatever you were going to get was going to be outrageous.
Right.
Outrageous. When's the last time we went to Raw or SmackDown and said, I don't know, I'm really excited about what's going to happen this week? That's all I'm saying. Right with that kind of mentality, and especially with the women, and you've got our money. That's all I'm saying. But I also think, and I think we mentioned this before, there's a difference between paying $50 for pay-per-view and $4.99 for the Peacock.
Right.
To where you feel like people are paying $50, you better give them your money's worth.
Yeah.
Like, $5, we'll just whatever.
Yeah.
We'll phone it in. So that kind of, that's kind of where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that, Ninja Senku. We really appreciate that super chat. NXT is not PG anymore. You want to take that one?
Yeah, NXT.
I'm not gonna say this.
It's gross. Like the outfits they have on this woman, these women, and this last woman who comes in there basically wearing bra and panty set from Fashion Nova. I feel like they're just dressing all their women from Fashion Nova's like slut division. And they're not even trying to like make sure that they're clothes they could wrestle in. So half the time you're seeing camel toe and ass cheeks and
Things are popping out.
Things are popping out left and right because apparently maybe they couldn't afford to have a costume designer there. Maybe they need to hire Bianca on the side, but the fact that these women just look cheap. They just look cheap. I don't know if you feel like, well, we might as well just show off their assets because they don't have anything else going for them. I don't know. But
and you would think that as a man, I'd be like, oh, wow, this is so exciting. No, player. No. I don't want to see none of that. This is pro wrestling. Okay, keep your kibbles and bits together. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. You're wrestling in an outfit. Nothing should be riding up that we should see a scene. Nothing should be like test drive your outfits.
Right.
You train before you show on air. Test drive your outfits. Make sure everything is together.
You know how we have the Cabbage Patch shirts, and I have Breaking Arms Becky, right? I think that what's the new one? Trish is her name. Trish. I think they'd have Trashy Trish.
Oh, no, Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany.
That's who we were referring
Trashy
to.
Trashy Tiffany.
Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, man. It's not okay.
And after the first time your wardrobe, you go out there and you see that this wardrobe is not going to work in the ring. The fact that she walked out in the same wardrobe next week with no altercations, I was like, obviously they don't care. They don't care what's going to pop out. They don't care what we're going to see. When her leg is lifted, they have to shift the camera because who knows what's going to be showing down there. Like you're flashing the whole audience.
Yeah. It's
just trash.
It's not okay. It's just not okay. Okay. We're not.
That's just not what we're here for.
That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. That's not what this is. Yeah. So, and I thought this was a joke, but apparently NXT Stand and Deliver is in fact the same night as the first night of WrestleMania. What is that about?
What is
Unless
that
they're doing
about?
some kind of cross-branding thing. Since when did they have a pay-per-view like that, especially for WrestleMania, on the same day?
Are they just throwing it in as the pre-show?
That's just weird. That's just weird.
Yeah, we actually thought that was a mistake at first. We're like,
I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way they're doing that. Yeah, Cora Jade, Toxic Attraction, they're good. At least they do they showcase the women on NXT. They do. Not necessarily in the best way, like we said, outfit-wise, whatever, but they do. More so than they have on the.
And Mandy's doing so much better down there. We're happy for Mandy. She seems to be doing well there. We like Cora Jade. She's good. Still don't know why Raquel has not been called up yet. You can't figure out what to do with Rhea. You could either put them together and make the most dominant tag team you've ever seen, or you could let them finish the fight that they had on NXT. And either way, everybody wants to see that. Everybody wants to see Raquel versus Rhea, or Raquel and Rhea team up. I just don't know what's up with that missed opportunity.
They would dominate.
Dominate.
They could have done that with Nia Jackson, Tamina. Didn't.
Right.
You brought Rhea over here. She immediately becomes Raw Women's Champion, and now you just tagged her up like she can't get a singles belt. So, like you said, bring Raquel over. Why not? I mean, how do we feel about the Banks, Zelina, Liv, Natalya thing? Veronica, I don't know how to feel about it.
I mean, it's not super exciting, but I really, if Naomi and Sasha could have a WrestleMania moment, I'll be genuinely happy for the both of them. And in that, I mean, that I could say that.
I'm a fan of Zelina, but I'm tired, and she's a queen. Like you get fired, you come back. Clearly, you have some stuff written in your contract. You don't just become queen and tag team champion just cause. But she's been running scared. This girl is from New York. I'm from New York. Okay? We are tough in New York. We don't take no guff from New York. And yet she's running scared. And you got the other half on little. Corey's lap. I want to see better. I want to see more. I want to see attitude. I want to see nails. I want to see just.
You want to see nails?
Put a little dirt. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. Dro, I'm not sure what your question was. But if you could re-ask that, I would appreciate it. Thank you, Graham. We are really excited for this milestone of 10K and growing. A 6-hour, one-night WrestleMania is way too long. We can never do it. If
6-hour WrestleMania on 2 nights is still way too long. There isn't enough good stuff. It's still the fluff.
If we did our live watch along and it was 6 hours, we would stop at hour 3.
Yeah.
Just so you know, we're done.
Yeah.
And she would be in traction.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. I know there's a super chat up in there. Hold on. I saw it. I see you. Dro is growing better in weights and wrestling with The Rock. I think it's The Rock, Dro.
Oh, we already answered that.
I think it's The
so
Rock.
Maybe
Dro.
you're back in the old question.
All right. Here we go. Sophie Dophie coming in hard. Sophie Dophie.
What's that?
We're working on a brand new super chat belt.
Super chat champion belt. Yeah.
The last one, things didn't work out very well. So we're refiguring that. How sad is this that they put more effort and builds into their Saudi Arabia shows than they do Mania every year?
So true.
Right here.
So true.
This is what Saudi people are throwing to McMahon.
Yeah.
All about that money.
It's all that matters.
Big money.
And this is no longer his moneymaker.
But you're still calling it the grandest stage of them all. Is it?
No.
Is it?
Do we
need a based on the buildup that we've seen so far, do we legitimately need a 2-hour Raw? No. I mean, 2-hour Mania? No. 2-night Mania? No, we don't. No, we don't. See? And the back is hurting. It's about time. We might have to. She did that switch. What up, WWE God Sean freaking Hoyt? I love that name. Oh, yeah. So
where is Shotzi?
Where's Shotzi? Where's Aaliyah?
What? They have new women on there and they're not even utilizing them.
Can we talk about that for a second?
And they really act like, oh, and Alexa. Alexa's not even part of WrestleMania
Alexa's
either.
not part of WrestleMania. They brought her back.
They did this whole thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't even really do much of anything with her. They keep using the same people they've been using for the last year. And they turned Shotzi heel. Take away the tank. And I feel some type of way about that. And where is she?
Stripped her of what she stripped her of her last name, stripped her of her partner, stripped her of her tank. Essentially, you just stripped her of her dignity because she had this thing with Sasha that just fizzled into nothing. And Sasha's clearly moved on with Team Bad 2.0.
And it wasn't like she didn't bring it.
No,
she was
fine. She's good. So, and Aaliyah was getting better. What happened? At least Aaliyah was backstage for a little bit. Didn't see Shotzi backstage. At least Shotzi was running around in a tank with Tegan. That's what I'm saying. You're not pouring in. You're not pouring into the division like you should. And it's sad. It's sad. Oh, wow. Jabari Hilliard, today's your birthday. And this is the best gift I can get you two of these outfits. Happy birthday to you. We hope you're having a fantastic day. And we appreciate you joining us.
Yes.
Taking time out of your special day. Thank you very much.
Is
it even WrestleMania season says safe emerald armor? And I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no.
All right.
The WWE God, Sean freaking Hoyt. Cody Rhodes is back. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, if he is, we won't believe it till we see it. But if he is, we really hope I want to see him and Seth go at it. But
I need to see him in a WWE ring. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, rumors are just rumors until they aren't.
I think there's one more super chat up in there. Hold on one second. I think I saw it. There it is. We got what? Actually, it might be a couple more. Yamatenshi, thank you so much for that super chat. Roman versus The Rock to see who the head of the table is. You already know. Finally, The Rock has come back home.
To lose to Roman Reigns.
Here's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like a Cena situation. They might go 2 times on this because I don't believe that The Rock is gonna come back, start some mess just to lose in their first match. Because there's no point.
We will be going there live. I promise you, no matter where.
You gotta build it up. But also, it begs the question. We already know The Rock said the venue, we've heard his interview. He's willing to come back. The venue's got to be right. This was like during the COVID times. The crowd's going to be back next year. Is Roman Reigns still going to hold the Universal Championship for another year straight? or will he lose it and gain it back by that time?
Good question.
Because the head of the table's got to have the gold.
Right. We will
That's
see.
That's a question.
We will see.
Thank you, Yama. We really appreciate that super chat. Give Dakota a title. Give Dakota a legit storyline.
Yeah.
She had a thing with Raquel.
She's just kind of coming in left and right now after her thing with Raquel. It's like they're just trying to throw her in wherever.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate her bit with Io Shirai. That's kind of cool, but
just bring her up to they don't want the black and gold people there anymore. Bring her Raquel up.
Yeah, I'm saying, man. I'm just saying. Christian Thomas
in the
Come on now,
house.
Christian Thomas. I have a bad feeling we're gonna have some relief. Oh, don't say that. After Mania, where's Shotzi, Jai Lee, Aaliyah, Veer, etc. 110% feel it's gonna happen. Congrats again. Thank you, Christian
Where
Thomas.
is Jai Lee?
Wow, you make a good point there.
Thank you. Where is Jai Lee? How is she not in Mania? How did you build her up all this time?
Wow. Yeah, you again, really cool vignettes, right? It kind of gives you this Kill Bill vibe. She comes in as a defender. People were feeling it. When we first saw it, we were like, oh my gosh, that is really tight. Her entrance was tight.
That's it. She has a match with Natalya, and that was it. And they were over it. They're like, oh, that didn't work.
Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Again,
they're not committed to anything.
The writing is all off. You have 2 hours on SmackDown. You got 3+ hours of Raw. NXT apparently is the 4th and 5th hour Raw. Let's just call it what it is.
Mm-hmm.
At least with AEW, you got AEW Dark that they use YouTube for. And we don't really see WWE doing the same thing. They can. Like
No, they're using their YouTube to show us Carmella and Corey.
There's ample opportunity to use these people and write compelling storylines. And they're just not. You make a really good point, and it would suck if we got some more releases. But thank you for that super chat, Christian Thomas. And thank you for that.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We really appreciate that. Did they talk about Cody? Yeah, we talked about Cody. I'll believe it when he's in the ring.
Yeah.
Are we excited for the 2022 Hall of Fame? They can join me in the celebrity wing. Kind of pull an Indy Hartwell. Dexter? Okay. Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
and I know that people like there are people who have a problem with the Indy Dexter things still going on, like a romantic rom-com or whatever. It's the most entertaining thing that happened on NXT that night.
But that's the other thing, though. Like, they've been doing some lip locking more so than we are accustomed to seeing. Like they're
the whole them all kissing and making out in the ring as some kind of contest. That was too far. Like, it was fine when he came out and that match ended how it ended. But then, like, everyone on the floor kissing and like, what are we watching?
I don't know what we were watching. I will say, Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. So I don't know. Did you see that? I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah.
Okay, so within, I don't know, the span of a few minutes, McAfee gets called back to McMahon's office. He comes out, has his look on his face, goes out to the ring, says what he says. Austin comes out there. And within minutes, I'm already more invested in their match than probably any other match other than Roman and Brock. And seeing how he handled himself, him meaning McAfee last week with Austin, my man can throw hands.
Well, he was a fighter, right?
So look, my point is,
I mean, yeah,
it looked great.
Yeah,
and it's an even match.
Yeah,
so I'm digging it.
Yeah,
I'm digging it.
It's a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be, but I probably won't remember until it comes on that it was happening. It's not something I'm highly invested in. Although I am a fan of Austin Theory, so.
Where did Mansoor go? Don't even know. You're probably over here
with Jai Lee?
With Ali.
Oh,
with Ali. He had a whole thing with him, and he's just gone. And
they're
that's the other thing
in the
too.
Back somewhere.
Mason T-Bar. Why are they still using Mason T-Bar? We know what your names are.
Yeah, no one else.
We barely see them. That's what I'm saying, man. You have ample opportunity. to do stuff, and you just do.
I mean, honestly, you had Mia Yim on the main roster. You used her for nothing but that stupid retribution. And then you let her go. She was such a fierce. I mean, her character was great. Her in-ring abilities were great. I mean, just missed opportunity after missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here you go, Isabella, talking about Natalya and Aaliyah. That started something, and then it just went to nowhere. It just like everything else, it just went to nowhere. And it really sucks. What doesn't suck is this super chat by MPoundCake82. Thank you so much. Love Edge's new theme, Edge versus AJ Show Stealer, has that potential. It
does have the potential. You already know that both of them know how to bring it. So, and he's mixing it up with his new theme. I think it'll be good.
What I don't want to see, though, is Edge lose. I don't want to see this whole character turn.
Just for him to lose. Because he's lost all the other battles.
So that better not happen. We expect a good match.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. Do we think Omos will win the Battle Royal, Jody? How could he? Well, I mean, perhaps. I mean, last time everyone got together, right, to get him out of there. What happened? I think people ganged up on him.
They ganged up on
him. I mean, I don't know. I wonder what they're really going to do with him. Are they going to actually give him a title run?
They start. You were fine as the heavy,
right?
And then you bust that up.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing came of that with him and AJ. Like nothing.
Right.
And remember, Apollo Crews changed his whole character. Mm-hmm. Gave the man an accent.
But even Aziz,
nothing came with that.
You would think that they would have at least made that match
better. But what's what I'm saying?
Better, but
he was the fighter in Raw Underground.
Right.
Omos was the bodyguard. The body.
That's what I'm saying. You could
security guard at the front.
You could have made them both look good and then let Omos pull out. But then you instead just had Omos destroy him. So we're not going to be surprised when they let him go. Because they won't even let him look decent in the ring.
Just saying. And Mary wants Omos off TV because he is cringe, and I can't be mad at that. I cannot be mad at that. What are the chances Johnny Wrestling might be signed with WWE?
I don't know.
You know what? We questioned whether or not AEW was going to be able to hold all of these former WWE people. Now that he's bought Ring of Honor, it's not like, okay, give an extra hour to Dynamite or Rampage or do a pay-per-view. You bought a whole other promotion.
Yeah.
Ample room for everybody.
And I feel like Tommaso is about to end up there too.
I think it's possible. I think at this point they've outgrown NXT. I think NXT 2.0 is not the home for them.
Right.
I think it's time for them to go. And I think if they're not going to move to the main roster, move up to a whole new promotion.
Yeah.
AEW. That might be the way to go. I think there might be one more super chat. Where's Lacey Evans? She
hasn't come back yet, but she could have.
She's training.
Oh.
She's not there yet.
Y'all see that Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland formed an alliance.
Yeah, that has potential. Again, you're using the big man. How hard was that?
Yeah.
How hard was that to use him in matches and even have him get beat down?
Well, the reaction he got when he came out was just
awesome. But you're using him.
You're using him. Of course they're using him.
You know what I mean?
What's so funny is that they brought over all this old WWE talent and they're using all of them.
Yeah.
They really switch it up. You don't get the same stuff all the time.
No.
You don't.
No. And Bailey, according to Isabella, was at the Performance Center training. And there we go.
Awesome. Love to hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to thank you so much for joining us. We know this was an impromptu celebration.
Yes.
But you showed up as always and you showed out for our live 10K celebration. And you, of course, allowed us to be in these lovely outfits.
Go back to being the king. Go back to being the king.
My queen.
My king.
We thanketh thee for thou and thus. For it wasn't for those, the subscribers, we would not be here today. Is that okay?
That was something.
Bottom
That was something.
line here is, again, from our little journey, from our bedroom to where we are today, would not have happened without the love and support of everybody who watched us, everybody that appreciated the content. What we do because we are fans. If you haven't figured that out by now,
Right.
we are fans, but we also want to entertain you. We are fans of you. And we want to make sure that you all are entertained by everything that we do. So we know we're not everybody's cup of tea. We know we're not always going to do all the reactions everybody wants us to do. We do try to do more lives. We are still improving. We're still changing and tweaking. But we are growing is the bottom line. And we appreciate you guys growing with
And
us.
do not forget to check out our new 10K merch.
That will be in the description very shortly.
And our merch is starring King A and Queen B as playing cards. Check it out. Even if you're not going to buy it, check out the design. And we will also have the link of the Instagram of the artist who created our new merch, because it is just so amazing. So I wanted to put that out there as well.
To everybody's comments we weren't able to get to, we do apologize. We're
Yes.
not ignoring anybody.
Not our goal.
We're just very excited to talk about things and we're humbled. We're humbled that we reached this milestone, and we just wanted to share that with you. Mary, Sophie, Jaden, Roland, Jody, Jedi Knight, Young Boy, man, Dro.
Michael.
You always got great questions, Dro. M. Pound Cake,
Yes.
Sean Williams, Michael Tolbert, Jabari,
Isabella.
Rion. Who else we got in here? We had a few more people. Javon, Sage Martinez, Young Boy, Knights, Isabella. We had Christian Thomas for those super chats again. Sophie, super chats. Thank you,
Yes.
everybody. I think that's the Resident Evil AMC. Not mad at that. Yama, just so many people up in here who are showing love. Safe Emerald Armor, Jody, everybody, you already know. Thank you guys for joining us today. And we have some more content for you. We got more things coming up. We know we got some more reactions. We are going to try to do some more lives because we do enjoy engaging with you all. We're going to try to, because we will say this much. Sometimes you may notice there might be a slight delay in our reactions being uploaded. YouTube has been kind of funny lately, and it's been tough for people like us to react. Because videos sometimes get pulled and flagged, and I gotta, think quickly and change some stuff. So we appreciate your patience on that. We may still kind of transition a little bit to do a little more live stuff. So we will see.
That's the goal.
That is the goal. But that is it for us. Until next time. Thank you. Please come back for some more A and B Combos Wrestling Edition. There we go. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. And we are out of here. Is that right? All right. Good night.
Good night.